So when the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e was initially announced, I made a video about it, which you can see on one of the site. And obviously some information about it was quite premature at the time, and I did appreciate the comments that came through that video. And one of the ones that I made a mistake on was I said the E stood for economy or third or for the third world, and actually it didn't. At the time, Samsung didn't really have a clarification on what the E stands for on the line, and this applies to the S10 series as well. So the E is for essential, as one of the commenters did comment, Daedalus, I can't pronounce your name properly. The E is for essential, which means the any device that has the E on it is for general consumption. So these tablets have finally been able to have a hands-on on it, so I can now give you a proper full review and my experience of this tablet. So stand by, there might be quite a lot of technical information being mentioned, but this is an hands-on review. I don't have it with me right now, but I had the opportunity to interact with it at the store, and I have some screen recordings and some actual recordings as well to kind of show you of my interaction with the tablet. So let's go. So right off about the dimensions of this tablet, this is the main thing that actually really stood out. For me, I was so shocked with how thin the tablet actually is. And when I held it in my hands, I was just like, damn, I can't really feel myself really holding a tablet. It doesn't feel like a 10.5-inch tablet. Not in the sense that it feels like it's a smaller tablet. It's just like I can't really justify the, it feels really like massive in my hands, basically. That's the best way to put it. So it's a 160 millimeters by 245 millimeters. So, and the thickness is only 5.5 millimeters, which is tiny. And on the video that's on the screen right now, you can see the, you can literally put up to 3 of those tablets on top of each other, and it would still probably not be the same width as my thumb, which is amazing. Like literally for what this tablet is packing, Samsung has really done a good job with having a small footprint of this tablet. The tablet comes in 3 color variations. So you've got the gold, you've got the silver, and you've got the black variations to choose from, which is great. So you're not limited to just one type of color. So yeah, the colors are not exciting, but they're good at the end of the day. The weight is 400 grams. Like literally, it feels so light. You would not really know that you're carrying something. So this is something I can definitely see you being able to hold for a very long period of time without having like much fatigue in your hands. So it'll be good for watching movies. We'll talk about the speaker quality, which I kind of did in the old video, but I'll bring it again to this video. There is just so many little things that Samsung has put together to make this tablet a really nice entertainment tablet to start with, and it can be used for low-level kind of professional work as well. Okay, all right. The screen, like I said earlier, is a 10.5 inches display. It's a Super AMOLED 2560 by 1600, so that's, well, that's a 2K display basically, with a 287 pixel per inch. So it's vibrant. When I had it in my hand, the store that I was in was quite bright, and I was playing with the brightness slider up and down, and even like in the middle slider, it was still like readable with no problem. Yes, it doesn't solve like every glare issues, but you can use it. The camera, I was really shocked. I wasn't expecting the camera to be as good as it was. So obviously you've got the front facing and the back facing camera. Normally with tablets, this isn't something the manufacturers concentrate on, so I'm kind of glad the Samsung did this. So at the front of the tablet, you've got an 8 megapixel camera with almost like an 80-degree angle field of view, and it's a 2.0 aperture. unless you're really like into deep photography, you don't really need to worry too much about all that. The rear of the camera is a 13 megapixel sensor, and once again, it's a there's an aperture of 2.0, and it's an 80-degree angle of view. But I was shocked again with the quality of the picture. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting something worse or just generic, but Samsung did go a little bit out of the way to just make this camera a bit better. In terms of video recording options from this tablet, you've got three main options. If you're in the 16:9 ratio, so you can record in 720p, so that would be 1280 by 720. You can record in full HD, which is the 1920 by 1080, and you can also record in Ultra HD, which is 3840 by 2160. So that's amazing out of this tablet, and this is a tablet that will be able to do this without really choking up, which is always a good thing. If you're in a full ratio, so that means if you're recording like the full 10.5 inch of the tablet, then you're only limited to 1728 by 1080, only because of the limitation of the type of recording that you're doing. I would just advise recording 16:9. That's kind of like the natural medium that everyone is used to. Unless you want to go out of the box, then do that by all means. But yeah, so it's really good that you can have all these options to record in. And when you're using the front facing camera, you've only got two options to record in. So that's the normal HD, so that's the 720p, and then the full HD. So you don't have the Ultra HD option with the front facing camera. So just bear that in mind. But really, if you're wanting to be recording something, use the rear camera. In my opinion, the sensors are normally better than the front facing camera. Okay, back to the specs of this tablet. There is two different configurations for the storage and the memory of this tablet. You could have a 4 gig version, and it will come with a 64 GB of internal memory. If you go for the 6 GB version, you get an 128 GB of internal memory. So think about that when you're trying to place your orders for this tablet. So the 4 gig, you come with 64 GB of internal storage. The 6 gig RAM comes with 128 GB of storage, and this is expandable through micro SD. So if you really want to be smart about it and you don't really think you need the extra RAM, go for the 4 gig version and expand the 64 gig with a micro SD card. So earlier I was talking about how light this tablet is. It is light. You really don't feel that you're holding it in your hands, and which means the chances of fatiguing your hand is very low. The amazing thing now, because this is for media consumption mainly, is the tablet comes with 4 speakers, which is mind-blowing, and they sound crisp and amazing. Initially, when I was testing out the tablets, I loaded a game by mistake in the middle of a store, and it was like boom. I was like, oh my goodness, it's quite loud, but it was loud and really clear, which is then going to be good when you're watching maybe stuff on YouTube, Netflix, whatever you're trying to consume. Even if it's music, it's going to be very loud and crisp, which is not normally common with tablets. So I'm really glad that Samsung has done this, and yeah, it's something to actually really show off about. You're getting really clear sound, and the good thing is, if you're, let's say you're sharing with other people, they can actually enjoy that media together in one place rather than having to use an headphone or find a way to connect it to a small speaker or anything like that. It will be sufficient on its own to just blast out any media that you're throwing at it. Some other things that I really like about the tablet is, I think on the previous video I complained about the Bixby button and all that. However, I like the Bixby Home, which is just like, I think it's kind of copying iOS in a way. It is copying Apple iOS, where you've got some grids of different snapshots of the tablet, so like the weather, your appointments. But the way that's been done, it's an option that you can have it when you're swiping all the way to the left of the tablet. So it's really copied Apple, really, but I like that because you can always have a quick snapshot of everything that you want. The One UI is something that you should really praise for Samsung. On the Samsung Galaxy S10 series, I love the look of the One UI. I currently use a Huawei Mate 20 Pro, and I tried to port some version of the One UI to it. It worked and didn't work as well. But the One UI is very clean, and the same integration has been done to this tablet. As a result, the tablet runs quite fast. It looks really attractive, and the One UI has been implemented so far into every single feature of the proprietary application from Samsung. So for example, the calendar, I love the way the calendar is displayed when you click on an event, the way it shows like a carousel on your screen, the alarm, the way it's been displayed. It's a clean layout. That's the best way to put it, and as a result, it makes your tablet run a lot faster, which is always a good thing. So the question now is, would you buy this tablet? Of course I would. Like, that's no given. At the moment, interestingly enough, I'm still using the first version of the Note 10. So I think that was like one of the first tablets that they released that had a S Pen with it. And the tablet is getting to a point where it's like now getting really slow. I think it was released in 2008 or something like that. So I'm due for an upgrade, to be honest. And this seems like a worthy upgrade. And the prices, because it's the Essential line, is quite attractive, really. So yeah, I'm kind of like glad that I was able to get a proper hands-on and interaction with this tablet. What do you think? Are you ready for an upgrade, or are you just one of the people that's just like, there's a new thing out, I want to try this new thing? But in my opinion, not to be a shill or sell out for Samsung, it's a very nice tablet to really use. Nifty, swift, and very light, and the things they've packed into it are really good. Yes, I wish that you can use an S Pen on it, but there are still other solutions like those capacitative pens, which kind of mimics the touch. You can use them. Yes, it's not as interactive as an S Pen itself, but this is what you're paying for. At this base level, the essential level, there is so many things that's packed into this tablet. Okay, so if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs up twice. Don't give me thumbs down. Nah, be honest. Just share your opinion. Are you going to be getting this tablet? It's now available to buy, so you can literally walk to a store and place your order. Yeah, it's ready. I like the tablet. Honestly, I like the tablet. Anyways, it's Samuel from 10 Things I Like, and subscribe to find out more from me, and see you in the next video. Peace.